What's going on, everybody? Got another video for you guys. Today we're gonna go over some replays on against somebody that I was lucky enough to 3-0. I don't know if it was really lucky, but I pretty much felt like a pro going against this person. And we actually did really well in the entire game with a pretty good strategy that I've been using. In the first game, it was Sniper Wizard Tack. Really good, if my game would load. Really good strategy to be able to have a really good early game defense. The Wizard cleans up very well, especially on the right side here and on offside. Of course, Sniper, for those round 13 rushes, and Tack. I mean, if an opponent ever rushes you because you have like very little defense, if you whip out the Tack, it'll clean up everything really well. So really good strategy, very strong. Early and mid game. Late game, it can't really go all that far. For late game, you can use it, but use it with glue, otherwise it won't make it that far. Tack just isn't a very good viable tower for late games, unless you use it with village, but even then it's still not going to go that far without like a sabo or anything like that. But anyways, this game was a little short, and whenever I first ran into this player, Kunwar, he send me some hard eyes. So if you're a fan, or if you by any chance I know you, shout out to you, and shout out for playing 3 games against me. You play very well, but you did under defend a lot of it. So whenever I sent the choke rushes later on, just kind of slid past your towers and you weren't able to defend very well. So we're gonna speed up through a little bit of the early game. Just not very much to see here. I'm ecoing, and this is obviously an eco strategy. You have to eco the entire time and just under defend as much as possible. If your opponent isn't being aggressive, take advantage of it. For instance, there he didn't send black balloons until round 7, so it really helped me out to be able to take advantage of that. Here I rush him with some yellows, try and force some more defense out of him, which we do, but he sells and gets a glue right afterwards. Let's get a little bit more. Round 10, we put down our Sniper, upgrade to 1-3, and this is where we rush with some camo leads and camo zebras. Just try to slip it past him, since glue can't see the camos. And let's see, I'm getting close to the end of this first one. I think he goes for the BIA here. I can't remember exactly what he does, but I think no, it's still not. We're still not close to the end yet. Here I put down my spikes. I go for my supply drop and get another wizard, obviously, because usually whenever you get that supply drop, everybody wants to rush you with the pinks, so you got to be really careful, and that's what wizard is very, very helpful in this strategy for just that cleanup of the mass rushes of pinks or yellows or anything like that. Really good, really good strategy. And we still had all our, or not all of them, we still had some of our spikes there, so. Alright, so yeah, this is where I rush them with a bunch of camos, leads, and zebras, and then send regular zebras behind. And they just slip past him, and he ends up dying on that one. But that was a GG. After this one, since he played fairly passive, I wanted to do a late game against him. So I hit him with the late game on the rematch after that. Let's see, here's the next game. And luckily we got offside again right afterwards. So I went pretty much the same strategy, except I went with glue this time, obviously, especially since I asked for the late game. So let's kind of speed through the beginning. Same thing again, eco as best as you can. This time he played a little more aggressive in the beginning. You saw there he sent the pinks earlier. I just continued to play through it. I didn't mind leaking. Usually with this strategy you do have to leak some, especially with Wizard if your opponent's being aggressive, just because unless it's a really long map, Wizard isn't going to get everything. Pinks and blacks will get past, and then round 8 with the region whites, it will get past. So you just have to kind of deal with it. Don't be scared to lose lives whenever you're going up against people, especially using Wizard. And just know how much you're able to defend. Know your maps very well, how your Wizard's going to target on that map, and figure out proper placement for it. Also, your targeting is very important too. Here I changed it to close. That way with the fireball, it would get more balloons right there, tightly packed. Alright, so this one did go a little late. I mean, 10 minutes, not crazy, but it did go later than the other game. Here we went ahead, round 11, got ready for round 13 just in case. We'll do 5 times speed. And I got another supply drop there just in time to get our glue. Because round 18, of course, people want to rush you with Moabs, especially to cap the pierce power of the snipers. See here, just like that, he hit me with a BTD. And I had to boost because they were getting pretty far, and they would have probably unglued there. So I didn't want to take any chances, and I went ahead and boosted. And I don't have all my snipers. I don't have them all on strong like most people usually do. I have one on strong, and the rest, the other 3 I have on first, just because they do help with cleanup. But I don't believe I have 0.50 on this one yet, so that's why I wasn't able to defend as well against that BFB, and I had to boost. So let's keep going. Here I sent him a BFB. It didn't really face him since he had a 4-tier blue, and it's insane. I mean, as soon as it touches those ceramics, they're just gone. They disappeared. It takes less than a second for all of them to get gone, and it's really overpowered. But once it goes into late game, it's definitely better to go for the right side glue, because it slows everything down a little bit more than left side, even though left side has that much better pierce power. It's just not worth it in the late game. You're better off with the longer slow and having another tower to obviously pierce. But yeah. So here we're notice obviously he's getting his factory. He still has 2 BIAs. He's doing really well as far as farms go. But I think he boosted in round 27, which I don't know why he did. He really should have just spammed the 0-1 dartlings. I mean, he could have had like 5 of those down in the back, and it would have cleaned up everything really nice. So he kind of messed up there, and right here all those ceramics were just too much, and they ended up slipping by, and there's his life dropping. So that was another good game. I think it definitely could have gone a lot further. It would have been very fun, especially on offside, but he just didn't make the cut there. So let's move on to the next game. So this was the last game. Again, I asked him for late game because that's what we're going for in the last one, and it didn't pan out that way again. He just didn't defend against kind of a choke rush, because you always want to keep your opponent in check. Yeah, I mean, even though you go for a late game, you obviously don't want to let them like either get too much eco or have a ton of defense down or anything like that. Just any advantage that they get, you want to try and take it away from them. So again, we're going an eco strat, and this time I was going my favorite strategy, glue with ninja. Ninja and glue, obviously, with the double stall, are incredible towers for late game, and wizard obviously for the pierce power with the boon jitsus alongside with the phoenixes is really good. So here we obviously ecoed as much as we possibly could, just sending reds early and blues as best we could. And he tries to attack me with pinks, but on really long maps like this, it's really not worth sending pinks against wizards. It's just gonna clean them up too easily, and they're not gonna get through. Even blacks hardly get through. It will obviously dwindle down the life points, but a lot slower than on like short maps like Yellow Brick Road, Off Pist, just short maps. Definitely, if your opponent's going wizard, definitely hit them with the spaced pinks, spaced blacks. They will get through, and you could probably get salted if you're playing free power-ups. If not, then you get to bring down their life count. And see right there, he sent me blacks, and it did get my life points down. And he's mixed ecoing there kind of with the greens and blacks, but I'm still able to defend very well for the most part, and I just wasted some of my spikes so that way I wouldn't leak so much. But I mean, with this strategy, I wasn't obviously worried about my spikes. So it did help us save a couple of lives there, and we started getting a little bit more defense down with wizard there. Got a second wizard with lightning, and we're able to defend all the yellows that he's ecoing with. And we're up on eco, not by much, but we are just slightly, 31 cap. And yeah, pretty much for right now, we're just ecoing. Can't really get much past his blue hose. Blue hose is just OP. I mean, it gets everything every single time. You'd have to have really layered brushes, and even with the glue splash there, I mean, it gets everything out every time. Now regens will work really well against blue hose, and at this point, that's all he had for defense, and I could have kept sending more rushes there. I mean, like earlier I sent lead, rainbow, and some zebras, I think. And I mean, they got through, and I could have sent one of those, but I mean, it wasn't really worth it. And here I was actually genuinely surprised he brought out super, because usually people bring blue village ninja because of the double stall, so I wasn't expecting super. But I mean, by all means, I mean, super village blue is really good, but really costly, very pricey. So it's usually a better strategy to use in free powers, right? In boost only, it wasn't really worth it, in my opinion, but to each their own. And let's see, here we're defending very well. It looks like on his side everything's starting to get crowded a bit, but I think soon he upgrades to the plasma. Yeah, there it is, and he's able to defend really well, but I think he overestimates the power of the plasma, because I feel like he was expecting it for it to defend a lot further. but it just wasn't able to, and that's where he ended up choking shortly. And on our end, I mean, we're not even struggling really. The Dragon's Breath and one other lightning with our glue is putting in some work, and it's really doing really good on defending on our end. But I think soon with the ceramics, obviously you do want to go for a second Dragon's Breath, just to be careful. You don't want to end up leaking a rainbow or zebra or anything like that, dying. And see right here, he goes for his it's a monkey count, so that way he can get a higher eco out of his balloons that he's sending me. But he ends up right here. This is where he ends up overestimating the power of the super monkey plasma, and the ceramics get through. They're pretty, with my eco and AI, it just overlapped too much, and he wasn't able to defend it, which, I mean, it looked like he was going to, but no, that's where he ended up dying. So, but I mean, GG's, shout out to him. They were really good games, and it definitely made me feel like I was playing a lot better, but I think just in general he could use a little bit of practice in his defending skills and not overestimating the power of his towers. But anyways, thanks everybody for watching. I'll have another video up for you guys soon. Let me know in the comments below if you're interested in watching more late game videos or more shorter videos. So anyways, I appreciate everybody for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, and peace out.